Really? Evening, guys. What's up? Joe here, Average Joe's Garage. Just getting back into another one here. So let's get to it. Well, guess what? Back on this whole hunk of crap. Maybe it ain't crap. I don't know yet. I know I've wasted a lot of time and money on it so far. However, back on it. See, parts came. New intake push rod, new exhaust push rod that we needed. I could have been back on this sooner, except for the fact I had to wait on the intake gasket to come because how this is designed. I mean, I probably could have got another type, but I just wanted to get what was on there already. This gasket is more like a valley pan type deal, and you kind of got to put it in the same time you do the push rods because the push rods are in the way of parts of it. And I ordered them at different times, so I had to wait on that, and that's why I worked on my truck bed there for a little while. So it's insane how I can't go to the auto parts and get these parts for this engine. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to wait, or for them to tell me they can't get them, which some things they did say. So I just said, screw it, I'll order it all online. So I'm going to have to wait for it at a better price. Anyhow, bears out there barking at something. It's a windy night. Windy day, night, rainy mess. Guess you can hear okay. So anyway, what do I gotta do here? Oh, well, I guess before I get to putting that stuff on, I'll get to taking some of this old Permatex or whatever they got on here off. So we'll go ahead and get that off here and come back to y'all. Alright, well, I got this cleaned up best as I'm gonna clean it. All the important surfaces are good, so sucked a little dirt out of the valley down here too. Most of it. So might as well go ahead and start putting these well, I better get, hold on, I'll be right back. I better get the gasket. Oh, it was out. I forgot I took it out earlier to show you. Now, this thing marked front or anything? Does it matter? I don't think. Guess I'll lay it in here and find out. Has these little plastic guides. I can show them. Had to dig the old ones out. I didn't even realize it had them because most of them broke off. But yeah, I guess it don't matter which way this goes. They hold it in place. Oh shit. I might have to dig one out. Hold on. Let me come back to you. I think I gotta dig one out of this middle. I didn't realize there was middle ones. Alright, I'll be back. Well, Bear's desperately trying to hunt a ball outside to play with. He misplaced them all. Okay, well, got that piece out of there. Got this laying back in here, gasket. Well, haphazardly. Now I think it's the way it needs to be. So might as well get them push rods. I meant to unpackage these off camera. Oh well. Hold on. Here's the what is that, intake? Yeah, intake. I meant to grab the exhaust first, but we'll do the intake. The two main ones I meant to replace in place here. The other one, the exhaust. Get out of the wrapper here. Let's push. That's the part number if anyone cares. I got these from Summit, by the way, because everywhere else offered like a pack of like 4. I only need 2, so. These all in place, kind of loosely started, I think. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get all these started off camera and I'll come back. Alright, I'm back. I got them all in place. As far as I can tell, they're all right. A little confusing on this one, because how do I show you? I guess I'll show you on this side, because the placement of the exhaust, like, see, this is an exhaust valve, this is an exhaust valve, that's an intake valve. It's just kind of weird how they're placed, because these two intakes next to each other, so kind of messes with you a little bit, but what I can tell, they should be in the right spots. I mean, all the wear points line up on all the old ones, and I know the new ones are in the right spots. So, I'm not going to go over how to adjust these. There's plenty of videos on here on other YouTubers, Vice Grip, DD Speed Shop. As far as I know, all push rod, hydraulic flat tappet lifters, you can adjust these all the same. It's an easy way that I learned from watching those guys. They're just some of the guys I've watched do it. Seems to be the easiest way from what I understand. Now, they did it on V8s, but it's only a V6 or V-shaped engine. Pretty much the same idea. So I'm going to do that on here. I'm not overcomplicating it unless I find out this does something wrong, which I don't think it will. But again, I'm no professional. I'm just some hack in my garage working on junk. In hopes to be working on better stuff eventually. But anyway, I'm probably just going to do this on time lapse, and because I want to get this thing done. disregard everything I said previously to doing that. In case you're wondering what all the change up and back and forth was there in time lapse, I had to do a little research because those nuts seem to tighten down like right away. They're not like the old stuff. Well, older than that. And what I mean is, so I did a little research on the Google machine, and apparently you only tighten these down till they stop or whatever, and you go around, hit each one of them with a torque wrench at 18 pounds. So they're really not adjustable. So hopefully that's all right. I rotated it somewhere just to test things out. So they're in there, and this camera / phone's about dead. So I'll probably come back out here tomorrow evening or something. Slam a little more of this back together, and commence with the compression test, I guess. Yeah, so I might do a lot of stuff off camera. I'm not sure. Some of this is just stuff that's boring. Throwing the intake back on, putting transmission back on, though I don't necessarily need it to do the compression test. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll probably come back when it's time to do that, honestly. So, calling it a night tonight, so it's where we are. Hopefully that's good. Alright guys, it's next evening. I got the 3-1 here ready to do the compression tests. I let the intake manifold there seal up overnight. So yeah, I got engine crane hooked to this thing to keep it still, because also right after I do this, I'm gonna start putting everything back together, so I'll need it. Plus it makes it more stable to spin over. So anyhow, I'm just going to jump the starter off the battery over there. I'm going to set the camera up to watch the gauge on each cylinder, I guess. Probably write it down somewhere too, but yeah, we're going to test each one, see what things look like here. Everything reads good. There's probably, I mean, this thing might be fine, so we'll see what happens. Alright, let's go ahead and try to do this. Oh, I'm mic'd up this time. I didn't do it in the last scene. So hopefully you heard everything good. Really? Well, that didn't work, did it? I don't know if this thing's just battery's low or what. That fell down, so hold on. Alright guys, I'm playing with this thing off camera. I'm back to square one with this thing, trying to crank to do a compression test. So I'm gonna do a little investigating on that. If I don't find nothing wrong, I'll probably just throw it back together and put it in the car. See if I have any change later on when I try to start it in the car with the ignition and all that hooked up. Maybe it'll pop off. But for some reason I can't get it to spin over fast enough. I got a battery hooked up to it, charger on charge, and also on engine start with a booster. Now granted, my booster and stuff ain't the best, but I feel like that thing should spin over easy. And I don't think it's spinning over fast enough to re-bend anything in there. I mean, I may go back in and check because I don't even have to re-silicone. It shouldn't hurt the gasket that I bought. I may do that just to reassure myself. But when I took that one push rod out before, and you guys saw it if you watched this video, this series, whatever you want to call it, it spun fine without that one push rod in there. It spun real fast. So I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's something I'm not doing or what, but I thought for sure this thing would spin over and be able to do a compression test on it. Seems like as soon as it, well, with the compression thing hooked up in the spark plug hole, as soon as it hits about 60 pound, it just kind of tries to lock there. Now it does turn without that end, but not real fast. So I don't know if it's just not enough cranking amps in that battery or what. I don't really have a lot of other stuff to use right now, so not sure what to do. I'll see what I can figure out. Well, I ended up taking all the rockers and back off and stuff. Took a wrench and nut, checked the valves, see if they're moving. Seem to be. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a wore out starter. I don't know. That or something bottom end. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. Probably continue this tomorrow. About to call tonight. So, yeah, I'm just gonna call tonight and sleep on it and try to figure this thing out. I know one thing. I'm about over it. All right, guys. New day here. Got this back this far together again. Spent most of the day doing some other things. But before I went and did all that, I charged that battery there up to 100%. And then after I put this all back together to where it is, I tried to turn it over, and it was spinning over pretty good. Now that was before I put the compression tester on it, so we'll see how good it spins over now. Hopefully we can get a reading. So I'm hoping it's just the battery not spinning over fast enough. So let's put you on here and watch the gauge. Hopefully you can hear me too. Let me get myself positioned here. If it don't work good now, I don't know what. I'll be stumped. But hold on, let me hook the jumper up to this so we got plenty of crank. Or the charger in start mode, whatever you want to call it. Get her humming there a little bit. Now, let's see what happens here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Seems like once there's something against it there, it wants to struggle pretty good. I have noticed not a lot of movement out of the one back rocker over here. It moves a little bit, but it ain't moving a lot. I mean, maybe that lifter's not pumping up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So, yeah, I noticed this one, it doesn't move a whole lot as much as the other ones, I don't think. So, I don't know. I might have to check out that lifter. It ain't making no sense. I don't know if it's something along those lines, if the starter's just weak. But when I had that unhooked, like completely screwed out of the hole, it actually turned pretty decent. I mean, unless it's impossible to take a compression test on one of these engines, I don't know. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. It's really starting to frustrate me. So I'm gonna let this charge up again here a little bit. Take out the compression tester, and I'm gonna watch that one rocker back there next time I try it out. And maybe off camera though, because I'm not boring you with no results. So, alright, I'm gonna get to it. Well, guys, I think I've decided screw the compression test. I pulled the starter again, tested it, did all kinds of different things. I don't know what's up. Maybe I just ain't got enough battery power or what it is. I don't know. But I'm saying screw the compression test, I guess. I'm just going to throw this thing back together as much as I can. And I'm also going to recycle the spark plugs and the wires for now, because I don't see the sense of putting more money into this thing unless I know it's fixed. And I find it odd that it acts up when I try to do a compression test. And I still don't think it's turning as fast as it could, but I don't know. It could be me. I'm used to turning over V8s, so I don't know. So I guess I'm just going to throw it all back together here best I can, and I don't plan on buying too much more for it unless I really have to. That's required to get it running, but this thing's just becoming more frustrating, and I don't need it. It's supposed to be a cheap project fixer up, maybe a new daily. Hell, at this rate, if I ever do get it going, I might just have to resell it just to make out on it. Recoup some of my money back. I ain't figured it all up yet, but maybe it ain't. Maybe I still ain't got as much as I bought the car for into it. I'm not sure. I haven't done the math yet. Gotta go over receipts and things. But anyway, I'm gonna put it back together. Try to put it back in there. Now, I don't think what happened in this video, but and if it is a fail in the long run, well, I can drag the son of a bitch out back, park it for a while out of sight, or ultimately it can get sold to someone else or to the scrapper or parted out or something, because it's really not worth all this trouble. It's not an old classic, Camaro, Nova. I have a Nova I could be working on, which I may do in the spring or summer here. Just some minor things, maybe get back on the road again. Anyhow, I'm gonna move on to better things, other projects I've already worked on and want to finish. So I'll probably put it in a time lapse, and y'all can just watch me throw it back together as much as I can. Alright, well, I got most of the stuff back on here. Exhaust, transmission, couple odds and ends, thermostat housing. This one coolant line that runs all the way around here. Had to make a gasket for the thermostat housing. Exhaust shields all back on there. Kind of had to go back and undo that a little bit to get that on. Thought I was missing a bolt, but it was with the shield. I did have to substitute a bolt for the valve cover over here. I don't know where that one got to. And some of these need the rubber washer insulator, but I left that on the front valve cover. The rest of them are on there, still in the valve cover. I put it on the front side. Well, this will be the front side when it's in the car, so if this thing does run and there's a leak there, I can access them easy. Some of the washers wore out. I still gotta put the front accessories on over there. I'm gonna leave the starter off because it's easier to hook the wires up to it in the car and then put it back on. I don't know. We'll see what's up with this thing, if it'll work at all. I'm not feeling all that optimistic, but maybe I'll be surprised. Who knows? Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of wasting time on it. Either want to get it done, find out it's good, or find out it fails, so I know what the next step is. So I'm gonna put the accessories I have here on, and it'll be pretty much ready for the next step. Clean up the old plugs there and everything, put them in, and I got the wires. Look over them, see if they're decent. As long as it's decent enough to get it running, I'll deal with them later, even if it is a job putting them in. But I'm tired of waiting on little things that I gotta spend money on. It's just stupid. I didn't think this would turn into this. So anyway, I'm gonna get to doing that. Alright, well, this thing is pretty much ready to put in there. Just got some hose ends, old hose ends to take off here and stuff, and going to record down what plugs or anything else is back here for future reference. So when I get it in the car, I know, so I can get it out of the way, and then I'll go over anything else I need to here on my own. But I guess the next video on this, whether it's next or what, will be lugging this thing up back in that car. First, I gotta move it back up on the blacktop so I can push it up here to the garage where it's easier to work on and all that stuff, and get it ready to put this thing back in there. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate everything y'all do as far as views and subscriptions and everything. Got some other things to take care of here this afternoon at the house. So I'm gonna do that and hang out with this guy, and that's probably pretty much about it. Like I said, thanks for the support, and stay tuned for the next one. Y'all have a good one.